other people look in that. Now that was his surface response to a question that he knows has validity. But you have these intelligent people that are in the city of Atlanta. We're talking about the civil rights organizations, and I saw this program that did the research on the genes, you know, with Oprah Winfrey, T.D. Jakes, and all of them were crying and everything, but none of them, after they found out that their connection with Africa, has made any other inroads to building commerce, trade, or any that we know about under those circumstances. 770-559-2999.
In all fairness, I heard Chris Tucker and Oprah did some things in Africa.
True.
But the point is that the
okay, send that call. Go ahead and make your point.
The point is that
come on.
There have been no, even after 1863. Now I'm keeping myself in front of the throne of God, and I'm being careful of what I say because the media is full of dirty truth.
Yes, we got you. We got you, caller. Hold, Mark. Caller, go ahead.
Are you speaking to me?
Yes. Go ahead.
And I agree with just about everything you're saying about the Hebrewites and then the reinterpretation of the Bible. But the thing that bothers me in a sense is that we as a people, regardless of what we call ourselves, where do we have the right from our God or whatever we call him to defend ourselves? All I say is that violence is not the way, that we get picked up to go to service, we get picked off in the street, and what have you, but we don't have nobody telling us we have the right to self-defense. Just give me that type of answer.
Okay, well, thank you for your call, and we appreciate that. And the question he asked, and Wilson, thank you, we got it. The question he asked was, when do we have the right to defend ourselves? He kind of skirted around the issue of the black identity, because our people are lost when it comes there. But he said the question is, when do we have the right to defend ourselves in this country with the civil rights laws and what we've been told? When do we have the right to defend ourselves?
Well, first of all, Malcolm X once said, there can be no black-white unity until there's black unity. And when we stop killing each other, then we should be able to come together and try to be able to come with laws that we already know that exist on the book. For instance, let me tell you a law that's on the book. You say, okay, first of all, I'd like to thank the Most High again for allowing me to be here, because this is a special report, and I'm glad for Wilsonboro to allow you to come on the issues to bring this special report that is much needed to the community. Now, here's the question: you asked me what laws or what can you do to defend yourself? They already on the book. They just one law was passed this early part of the year saying if you think your life is in danger, you have a right to defend yourself.
Exactly.
It did not say against who.
Right.
Let it be specifically. Now, what we've been doing is allowing, and I hate to say this, but the Most High is my witness. It's allowing the system to get away with murder.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Now, if we put them in the same position that they're putting us, some of this stuff will stop happening.
Right.
If you think your life is in danger, defend yourself.
Right.
I mean, I hate to, I would love to sit down and hope that people will sit down and dialogue where there could be intelligent dialogue where we can sit down and avoid conflict. But let's face it, we're headed for something neither side really wants what we're headed for. And I think that with Joseph Lowry and all the other groups, that we can try to meet on common ground, because if we don't, we'll one day, 1 hour from perishing as fools.
And I don't think that Joseph Lowry and any of those people, their time is gone. The new order, they're trying to put new order in the new Black Panther. Who are these people? How do they get set? Let's go to the phones. Thank you, beloved, for calling Issues. What is your name, question, or comment?
Shalom, brother.
Shalom, beloved.
Just two comments. I'm Brother Amon Israel of the Truth of Israel.
Yes, sir.
Two comments. We see that the law is broken in dealing with the woman, the elderly woman that got killed. If there was drugs that were being sold out of the household, if I'm not mistaken, they said, the informant said it was some type of male, a black male that was selling the drugs out of the home. Well, 9 times out of 10, if whether or not you are old or not, and you have someone selling drugs out of your house, you know that is going against the law of the Most High, selling marijuana. And then the book says something about passing your children through the fire, because they have to be not just be disciplined, but they got to follow the rules of the Most High God too, regardless of who gets paid. So we're looking at that right there. Second of all, we know in the book that those 4 beasts of Revelation have dominion right now, because we still under the Gentile dynasty, so we still under those curses also. So those 2 aspects that we need to realize, that we are still cursed, and we are still of the people of the book of Deuteronomy, and we still have those curses. But what makes me really upset is when you have these leaders like Al Sharpton and this Jesse Jackson and Jakes, and they preaching this prosperity and pulling on the coattail of the Gentiles. It leaves a hole when it comes to our leadership. So then we got Channel 25 and the NCCI and IOG and the TOI and all these brothers, the Hebrews, trying to push this truth out. But at the same time, you got V103 with Frank Ski promoting the homosexual, promoting these false prophets. And there's got to be some type of linkage, because we can't come together as a people, man, until they know what kind of God we actually serving. He said he's a man of war, brother.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, you know, I appreciate the show, and the brother that you got on the panel with you, I see him all the time on your show, and I don't know exactly what Hebrew church he's preached out of, but I enjoyed this show right here, and I want you all to know that you can also go to our website at www.truthofisrael.org, and I appreciate it, Gideon.
All right, thank you, beloved, for your call. Definitely about spreading truth. 770-559-2999. 770-559-2999. See, it's interesting that you political proponents are strangely quiet, because you're a part of the Bolé, and the term means advisors to the king. When I say you're part of the Bolé, I'm really talking about the ones that you talked about. T.D. Jakes, Eddie Long. Where did the president go when he came to Atlanta? Okay, we're talking about the King family. We're talking about Jackson, Jesse. We're talking about Al. We're talking about Joseph. We're talking about Andy. All of these old heads. Go ahead.
Okay, a perfect example of what you're saying, and I'm going to validate it, and it's going to be settled once and for all. We know that it's against the Constitution for any church to endorse a candidate. You know what I'm saying?
Teach.
What website was it saying that Bush was elected, duly elected, and we need to stop protesting, we need to stop doing this?
That's right.
Who's sending out the forms before the election, who to vote for?
Tell them.
But yet now, they go to show that what you're saying is right about the Boulay. Creflo Dollar's still in power.
Yes, sir.
Now, he broke the law. Somebody's supposed to be trying to get his tax status away from him.
Yes, sir.
But yet he still have it intact.
Right.
How can he have it intact when he separate the law between church and state? So if he separate the law from church and state,
yes, sir,
then we know who you working for.
We know.
If you want to know who I'm with the thugs. I'm with the homeless. I'm with the poor. I'm with the people that you're trying to destroy. That's who I'm riding with. Let it be no.
The God of Israel,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But he came for the poor.
Right. The disenfranchised.
And then, as I said earlier, one of their first commission was to go to the lost sheep of Israel.
That's right.
But they are blind. Right. Because if they can't see the lost sheep of Israel in front of their face, and know that they themselves are part of their group.
That's right.
And then they doing what they're doing now, then the Bible says their mind had been seared.
They continue. 770-559-29. Where you Christians at? Where you Muslims at? I know y'all out here watching. Because when you call yourself a black Muslim, there is intellectual dishonesty there. When you call yourselves a black Christian, there's intellectual, geographical, historical dishonesty there, because it cannot be proven. The hue of your skin does not determine the land of your ancestry. There are Europeans that have olive skins, the Greek who are about as darker than me, but they're still Gentiles. What we're trying to say, the awakening of our people has to come through a truth of understanding self, from a historical perspective that gives our children a tangible, documentable resource to pull from. So if they chose to go back to the land of their ancestry, they could, and there are treaties and documents that set up, designed to help usher them on to their ancestral past. 770-559-2999. Special report This is Issues. The executive producer is Wilson Burroughs. I know this